Plan B.
There. Twitter is resisting Elon Musk's bid to buy the company for $43 billion by adopting what's called a poison pill defense. That limits the billionaire from buying more than 15% of Twitter's shares. But the world's richest man isn't going down without a fight. He's reportedly considering bringing in partners in his own bid to own the platform. Here to react is Fox Business correspondent Susan Lee. Susan, great to see you this morning.
Good morning. And it's great to talk to a former banker, so I don't have to get too complicated in some of these financial terms.
In a previous life. But break it down. First of all, what is the poison pill?
Yeah.
And will it prevent Elon Musk from taking over the company?
Well, it won't prevent him from taking over the company, but it'll make it much harder and more expensive for Elon Musk to buy Twitter. So what a poison pill essentially does is it's a corporate tool that, well, it's a temporary tactic, first of all, for the Twitter board to take on. It expires next year, and it only kicks in if somebody like Elon Musk buys 15% of the company. And then once somebody does, that means that other shareholders can buy Twitter stock at a discounted price. So what that means is that reduces Elon Musk's ownership and what we call dilution. So it means it'll be more expensive for him to have to come up with more money.
He'd have to keep buying more
Correct.
in order to do that. So
did I explain that clearly?
You did.
Okay,
you did.
Is
that good business for Twitter, though?
No, because it dilutes everybody else. Dilutes, meaning that you reduce the value of stock for other shareholders. So expect Twitter stock to fall when markets reopen on Monday. And there are some concerns that maybe the board, Twitter's board, is not owing up to their fiduciary responsibility.
To the shareholders.
That's right. You're supposed to act in the best interest of the company and to the shareholders. So if a guy's coming in giving you a 50% premium to what you are worth before you started buying the stock, and you're not taking him seriously, and you have no other bidders right now, there are concerns that maybe the board isn't doing its responsibilities.
Seems ideological. They want to maintain their grip on what they believe Twitter should be. He's speculating about a Plan B.
Plan B, yes, because he hinted at that. It was very vague in that TED Talk, right?
What would that mean for Elon Musk?
Well, he calls up with other Twitter shareholders, other rich people, to maybe pool together some of their Twitter holdings. They have a 15% cap, right? So there are other big private equity groups, like Thoma Bravo has been a name that has been floated. Also, Silver Lake is already a Twitter shareholder. And don't forget, Oracle, Larry Ellison, he's one of the richest men on the planet. He sits on Tesla's board. He's known Elon Musk for a long time, and he has some deep pockets, and we know he tried to buy TikTok.
But wouldn't those people have to be, at some level, aligned with what Musk wants to do with Twitter?
Yeah.
So if they're existing investors, might they resist that?
Free speech? Yeah, is that what you're talking about?
He's got to build a coalition of free speakers, basically.
Look, when you're Elon Musk, you're the richest man on the planet. You're worth $250 billion. Yes, a lot of that is tied up in Tesla stock and options right now. You have a lot of influence and sway. So I can imagine he can pick up the phone, call some of these private equity firms who he has worked with in the past, like Silver Lake and Oracle, and I'm sure he can bring together a coalition of investors to say, let's take Twitter private. And you also got a hint that maybe Jack Dorsey, one of the founders of Twitter, is on side with taking Twitter private, because he says the problem is when it's public, that means, and especially if you're an ad-based model, right? That means you have to succumb to corporates paying you in order to advertise on the platform. So who has the power when they're giving you the money?
So this is not over, and Elon Musk has options.
Not by a long way.
Not by a long way.
I would love to hear what you think happens, though, in this type of takeover battle. When was the last time we led with poison pill?
Well, exactly.
Corporate terms on Fox
Exactly,
News.
when there's an offer of that magnitude.
Yeah.
And if he decides to pull his shares out, what does that do to the stock price as well, which is an option he has?
That's right. He has said that if he doesn't get his way, if he's unsuccessful in his bid, he could just sell off his 9% stake and, walk away.
Which doesn't seem like in the best interest of Twitter. So we'll keep watching this for sure. One more story we want to get from you. The White House has continually said that they will not allow new oil and gas leases on public land. They just, in a Friday night dump, basically, reversed their policy. What's the new policy?
Yeah, so they're allowing leases on public land in the western parts of the country. Now, this is 80% less than the land that they had previously outlined. And also, this comes with higher royalties and more environmental restrictions. And these are long-term leases. Like, you're not going to get the spigots turned on for oil and gas right away, which is what you need when you're looking at 40-year high inflation.
Okay, so why are they doing this then?
Well, look, I mean, it's a pipeline. It takes a while to build up. So, they're doing all they can with that record release from the petroleum reserves and also, allowing some new ethanol blends for the summer driving season. So I feel that the administration is probably trying all they can and throwing everything at the wall, trying to get oil prices down from those 14-year highs.
They've declared war on oil and gas. Now they're trying to throw the crumbs out there to fix it. And the latest is get leases on public land. We'll see. Susan Lee, thanks for breaking it down. Appreciate it. All right, still ahead.